A new broken Saiyan Day unit is on the way, but should you summon? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the upcoming Saiyan Day Super Saiyan Vegeta and determining whether or not we should spend our hard-earned Dragon Stones on this character or continue saving for the 9th anniversary. As always, when we make our determination, we're going to look at 3 factors. Number 1, the unit itself. Is the unit good enough to justify a summon on his banner? Number 2, we'll look at the banner. What is on the banner? What could be available? And make it worth your stones should you decide to summon on the banner. And then finally, we'll take a look at what lies ahead. If you choose to go in on this banner, what are you giving up in the near future as we build towards the 9th anniversary? So let's go ahead and let's start it off. Let's take a look at what the unit is doing. So this Vegeta is a Vegeta's Family Super Saiyans category key 3 HP attack defense 170 with an additional 30% to Battle of Wits, Pure Saiyans, and Mastered Evolution, right? So it's actually a really good category as it covers basically all Vegetas, all Trunkses, that is future Trunkses, under his 200% lead. Youth Trunkses are a bit excluded from the 200, but they'll still be covered through his 170. Not that there are that many that are that useful anyways at the current moment on global, so still going to be pretty effective. Him having Super Saiyans, Pure Saiyans means it's going to cover quite a few of the important Gokus that you would want to use, as well as covering Super Saiyans Battle of Wits also covers, right, like the LR Super Saiyans. So there's quite a few characters that this is covered through his either 170 or 200% lead. So honestly, very good lead. You would definitely be at an advantage having this leader skill. He's also got key 2 attack and defense 150%. He has a guaranteed guard and reduces damage received by 18% and launches an additional attack for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. The more HP he has as the first attacker, as the first time he's being attacked in the turn, the greater attack boost he receives when in the turn, right? So you definitely want to be trying to throw him in slot 1. He also has a greater amount of defense with the more HP he has earlier in the turn when he receives an attack. So more HP, taking a hit, he's going to have up to 150% boost. The lower your HP is, the lower that boost is. But at a certain point when he's built up enough defense, that boost begins to matter less and less. He also has an additional defense 31% with each attack received, up to 80. He also has an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack when there's an ally who includes Goku attacking in the same turn, or an enemy who includes Goku. So it's actually pretty easy to activate. There's quite a few number of good Gokus that can work as not only partners for him or as floaters. The LR Super Saiyans work as a good partner for him. They include Goku in the name, end up activating that part of his passive. So he actually makes a really good slot 1 for them, and that is just in his base. Once it is the 3rd turn, or he can transform as long as you are above 18%. Very hard condition to miss, right? 18%. I mean, you're most always going to be above that position. So very easy. One thing that's important to note is while he is in base, he is stacking attack and defense infinitely, launching up to 3 supers per turn, right? So he is a stacker and he has guard, right? This is a combo we've not seen on a TUR since TEQ Ultimate Gohan. Very effective. Once transformed, he becomes incredibly powerful. The major change is that he's no longer stack and attack, but you'll see it's not really necessary. He has key 3 attack defense 180%. He guards all attacks still, and his damage reduction is guaranteed, right? So that little bitty 18% is now permanent once you transform. He also has an additional attack 180% when attacking if HP is 30% or more when attacking. He also launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super attack. Now here's where things get interesting with this character. He gets an additional attack 30 if the enemy is 80% or less when attacking. So his first attack may not, won't be at its full potential if you're running right into, say, the beginning of a phase, right? But as long as you are 80% or less, he gains 30%. Then when the enemy drops below 60%, he gains another attack 30%. When the enemy drops below 40%, he gains another attack 50%. So basically the way this works is the more damage dealt to the enemy, especially by him, the stronger he gets. And in this form, he can launch up to 4 supers because of the guaranteed supers he has. He basically makes himself more powerful. So on top of the passive increasing his power as you deal more damage to the enemy, each of those super stacks is also greatly raising his attack and defense, right? So it's basically, I mean, I liken it to the fact that it's like literally he is overpowering the enemy and just making himself stronger as he does it. It really does feel like the fight where he overpowers 19. I think they did a really good job of translating that into a passive, and it works pretty effective. I've tested it against some of the major bosses, and boy, does that power spin out of control fast. On top of all that, he's not doing this alone, right? If you've built up enough prior to transforming, he's also got a massive active skill, which, I mean, I've seen minimum doing 24 mil crits on that. So imagine your first attack is that Big Bang attack that massively raises his attack, and then every subsequent super you do that turn is getting more and more powerful from that one singular active skill. Very, very helpful. So honestly, I would say if you chose to summon for the unit alone, this is a very powerful unit, and he will easily be #1 TUR on global for the time being. At least until we receive some of that post-Annie content. Still not quite up to anniversary LR levels, but for a TUR, he is hands down the best. So I would definitely say if you put your stones down on him, it would be worth it for you. So that's one in the category of summon for the character. But as always, he's not alone. He does exist on a banner, and we got to know what's on that banner. So because this is a special occasion, they've gone ahead and put some of the banner asset data into the data download. So we can see here that at least half of the banner is the new Vegeta, the King Vegeta banner unit, the previous returning Saiyan Day unit, that is God Goku, and the Saiyan Day unit from the year before, right, which was Majin Vegeta, as well as the returning LR from the Tanabata celebration, thank you celebration for us on Global, the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? These are all pretty much guaranteed to be on the banner based on previous Saiyan Day trends. However, it is important to note that there are still 3 more open slots. So last year, those 3 open slots went to Raditz, Bardock, and Goku. All members of Pure Saiyans, but all members on Goku's Pure Saiyan's leader skill. And they all happen to be Goku's family, which is really, really interesting. I think Raditz and Namekoku are actually on his 200% lead. However, Raditz is not. So I think what we could see here is more than likely some members of Vegeta's family and Pure Saiyans. So if I can pull this up here. Where is it? Right here. So Vegeta's family. Right, we'll probably see some TURs from Vegeta's family. More than likely, Pure Saiyans. I think that could open up the door for possibly seeing... Where is he? We could see the transforming Vegeta on here. He is a likely candidate. AGL Blue Vegeta and his EZA are likely could be on the banner. Another option is we could see, while not Pure Saiyans, we could see AGL Trunks or Super Trunks on the banner. TEQ Majin Vegeta could be an option. If he's on the banner, guarantee the Int Super Saiyan 3 Goku, chances are one of them is on the banner. I could actually very much see the likelihood of him and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku being on the banner, with then this guy also being on the banner. Remember, this guy is getting a sub EZA during the celebration, and being that he was a previous freely available character, he definitely could go onto a Dokkan Fest banner. However, I doubt we would likely see him be given his own Easy A banner, so there's a chance he could be on the banner. Either way, I don't think it makes too much of a difference on the grand scheme of things, because the big attractions to the banner are these guys right here. So I'll say this for the banner, it's standard Saiyan Day format, meaning if you missed out on God Goku, or you missed out on the Tanabata LR, then it is an absolute value summon, right? Super Saiyan Full Power Goku, while he did see a little bit of drop in usage due to the Fusion Zamasu, definitely has a lot of power in some of these newer events where he has a little more time to fully build up his defense and get out there and do stuff, right? It's a little bit scary sometimes turns 1, depending on the fight, but still very, very good. God Goku, right? He's still doing what he does. He's guarding, he's dodging, he's doing it pretty well. So honestly, that is a plus for the banner for me, right? There's no negative here to the banner unless you've got all of these other guys rainbowed. Otherwise, there is plenty of value to the banner. So I'm going to put one in the category for summon for the unit, and we've got another in the category of summon for the banner. However, right, us on Global, we have the gift of foresight. We know what's coming in the near future, right? So if we choose to summon on him, here's what we might be giving up. First and foremost, next month, once this celebration is over, we will be seeing the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Hiruda Garden celebration, which will be a dual Dokkan Fest, which will bring back some pretty powerful cards. Cards like Ultimate Gohan, cards like Piccolo Jr., as well as the new Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Same applies here. We'll get World Tournament Goku and Orange Piccolo coming back within Hiruda Garden. Both of these guys are great TRs. Arguably, I'd put them up there, 1 and 2, next to the Vegeta. They all kind of are rocking around the same area for the top TR. However, the banner comes at such a rough time because this banner exists right after Saiyan Day and right before the Golden Week campaign, right? The Golden Week campaign, the campaign in May, which last year brought us the World Tournament Goku, and Piccolo Jr. is it comes right after them. And the big draws to, right, the big returning draws to the banner, like if we look at, last year's banner, Orange Piccolo is probably going to be on the banner. The previous Golden Week units probably going to be on the banner, right? So, I mean, there's almost no draw to the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Hiruda Garden banner other than them themselves, knowing that Golden Week is another dual Dokkan Fest, which will also have these guys on it. So, I mean, realistically, it's probably going to be the bigger value banner, especially because this will be a shared celebration on both JP and Global. So, unfortunately, you aren't missing much unless Dragon Fist Goku is one of your favorite or Hiruda Garden is one of your favorite. Otherwise, Golden Week's probably your next big area looking for stones, assuming, 9th anniversary isn't on your mind. Following the 9th anniversary, or following the Golden Week, we will approach the last banner we will see right before the 9th anniversary, and that is this banner right here. This is the First Form Freeze banner. This was JP's first banner after the anniversary, and it will be our banner right before the anniversary, right? In June, we will likely be seeing this First Form Frieza and this banner right here. Now, things are probably going to get moved around a bit. I don't think we'll see Piccolo and Gohan on this banner due to the fact that Global still needs to return Android 21 and Trunks due to those few celebrations kind of misaligning stuff. But this will definitely be the pre-anniversary banner. Not much of value here unless, Frieza himself is good. Turles is okay. Obviously, Gohan and Piccolo are really good, but you know, knowing that this is the June banner, you probably shouldn't be touching this banner with a 10-put pole. So all that really leaves, right, is the anniversary banners, right? We have the part 1 banners, which bring the Broly and the Gogeta. These are some of the best banners in Dokkan history. Broly's banner, extremely good, bringing back the TEQ, the Z Duo, these guys who get an amazing EZA, these guys who got a bit of a glow up in the 9th anniversary content because they're allowed to have time to get fully built up. We get to really see them shine. You know, supers can be a bit dangerous for them, but played right, they can really lend themselves to your teams. Obviously, Gogeta's banner returning Trunks, really good. Broly's EZA is really good. This guy's EZA is really good. We don't talk about this guy, but a lot of value here. Part 2 gets even better, right? Because we get the return of Vegito, the GT Duo. We get these two EZAs, the best LR EZAs in the game. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is a staple of almost any team he can be run on, especially on this new Vegeta's team, by the way. And of course, Beast Gohan is Beast Gohan, the best unit in the game, hands down, currently. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here, right? Even the Gamma banner, Future Gohan, Kai Goku, Bulma, all great additions to the teams that are on. The Gammas themselves are no slouch either. Very, very powerful standby skill that works well for the superhero team. So, realistically, I mean, knowing that this guy is right here is coming, this should be almost every free-to-play player's sole focus is picking this guy up in July when he stops by in the middle half of the 9th anniversary celebration. So honestly, I would have to say, like, if you are looking at value, your best value is going to be this banner right here. That isn't to say nothing else in between is good. It is, right? This Vegeta is good, and you're not losing anything by summoning on his banner, but you want to keep the end goal in sight. Anything you do summon is taken away from a potential summon on this banner right here. Even the Part 1 anniversary LRs, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and say no in the category of summon for knowing what lies ahead. So we got 2 summons, 1 no summon. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, because of the reason for the no summon, I'm going to go ahead and tier my recommendation. If you are anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 stones, I would say do the discounts. There will more than likely be some discounts. At a minimum, we might see some free 3+1s. That one's a little less likely, but on global, we might have like 1 round of discounts or something. Do that, and then do no more than 200 to 300 stones. That gives you basically 2 full rotations if there is a discount, or if there is a discount or a 3+1 step. I would definitely say do no more than 300 stones if you're anywhere between that. Again, 800 to 1,000, I would say drop it no more than 200 to 250 stones. I use those numbers as my barometer because, right, realistically, on a 5% featured pull rate, 250 stones is usually your giveaway. If in 250 stones you don't pull a single featured unit, that's a pretty good sign to steer clear of the banner. I know, you might pull them on that last one, but better for your stones if you just say 250 and we stop. If you are between 5 to 800, do no more than 150. That would be my recommendation. That's 1 full rotation if there is a 3+1, and then I would go ahead and stop. The same day campaign will allow you to recoup that 150 that you used, so no harm, no foul there. If you are anywhere below 500 stones, my best recommendation is just to steer clear of this banner. Remember, if you completely save on every banner known between now and Beast Gohan's banner, you're likely to have over 1,500 Dragon Stones free to play. And any multi used on this banner is 1 multi less you're going to have on that Beast Gohan, Gogeta, Broly or Gamma's banner. So you want to make sure that you are spending wisely. So again, 500 or less, steer clear of the banner. 5 to 800, do about 150. If you are 8 to 1,000, then go ahead, you know, maybe give it 250, maybe push the 3. Anything above 1,000, I would say maybe do 2 rotations, right? And then call it from there. Now, one thing to note, lucky us here on global, if I can find it down here in the data, and let's pull it up. So shout out to Proton 10 and G for always posting this. You can see we do have Dokkan Festival tickets, so if you are pay to play, low to play, does not hurt at all to go ahead and pick up those tickets. I would do your tickets, do your rotations, and call it from there. Don't go too deep. After all, this guy's probably going to have a Halloween return. We may be back to that on the schedule this year. If not, at the latest, we'll see him by November. So, you know, it won't be too far before he returns. So, pay to play, low to play, you know, go ahead, take your tickets and go from there. So guys, that is it for our video. That is my recommendation on whether or not you should summon on the Dokkan Festival Super Saiyan Vegeta's banner. It is a pretty decent value. Vegeta himself is really good, but keep the end goal of the 9th anniversary in mind. Guys, if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, are you planning on summoning for Super Saiyan Vegeta? And if so, how many stones do you plan on doing? If not, and you're gonna save your stones, what is your current stone count? We'll be doing a stone count update, you know, as we get the campaign info, and we will go from there. But, you know, let me know in the comments down below where you are at. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.